What's going on, nation? ukvapeuk here and welcome. Today I bring you an MTL that it came out, I will say about a year ago, probably a bit more. And I think it went a bit under the radar and is a pretty good one. It's the VXV Soulmate. It is pretty damn sexy. It is a multi-long. Also, you can do a right restrictive direct long on this one. It's pretty unique in some of the features that it has. Especially I think it has kind of old school stuff going on in here. It has kind of two Ultim, or you can have also PMMA sections on the tank that you can screw with the middle ring, and that's gonna be your reservoir. I mean, we go to all of that on the up and close. So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna dive down. Okay, so here is the box where your Soulmate Rta, I think it's more Rta, comes in, designed by VXV. I like this packaging. The packaging is actually, I think, aluminium. You got VXV here, and then you can peel that off like, you know, a can of food or something like that. It will come with this big bad boy on the top to keep everything secure, and on the inside you're gonna have a baggie with two coils. They look fuse Clapton, flat fuse Clapton, flathead screw drive, 2-pull screws and O-rings, and also the main event, your Soulmate. I don't know why they call it RBA. This is definitely more an RTA. So VX on the bottom is going to be 24mm diameter. You got a nice protruding pin. Obviously you're not going to be using this. It's a multi-lock configuration on a hybrid mechanical mod. It got deeply, this is very deeply engraved, VXV Soulmate Rta 1411, the serial number. On the top you're gonna have a 510 drip tip, and this one is also metal. Even though I'm not a big fan of metal drip tips, I do prefer plastic or resin. This one is extremely comfortable, but it is all metal. You're gonna have a nice catch cup going on in there, and if you keep on screwing, and obviously all your 510 drip tip will fit here, no issues. Gonna have your big filling ports. As you can see, the chimney is very tiny, so you know, this is definitely multi-long configuration. Everything, the threading in here is very nice. Actually, we're gonna leave that off. Then if you keep going, you're gonna be able obviously to access your deck, and we're gonna have a look at that just in a second. Quite a lot of unscrewing. As you can see, all the deck I kind of screw in, so it is quite a lot of unscrewing. And here obviously you can remove that. You're gonna have a nice chimney, no engraving on the chimney, very clean. Everything looks very good, to be honest. And here is gonna be your tank section, if you want to call it. Now it is Ultim on top and bottom, and here on the middle is metal, and you can have that in different colors. I think white. You can have this one here. They don't bring any extra on the packaging, even though I wish you would. But this you actually can unscrew, and I think back in the day when it came out, you could buy different colors, you know. And I think even have metal ones. I'm not 100% sure now. As you can see, you can unscrew, so you have to be careful. First of all your citrics to not crack. Especially the Ultim might be resistant enough, but the clear one might be PMMA. And obviously you don't want to cross-thread it, because if you cross-thread it, yeah, you're not going to be able to fit any more juice in there. And it's going to fit 4 ml of juice. You're going to have VXV logo and Soulmate on the other side. Pretty great. So you know, you can mix and match if you find them. Those rings have a Ultim and a clear one. I don't know what other colors they do, or if they do actually a glass one. Not really sure. This is the only one I find out. But everything screws perfect. You know, no leaking, nothing like that. Very good, and it's actually pretty thick, as you can see. And here is the deck. Now the deck is extremely simple. It is kind of GTA style. I didn't show you the airflow, so the airflow is kind of quick to adjust. It's very loose, on the loose side, but not that loose that will point as a con. Like, more, I needed more restriction. I think it's kind of perfect. As soon as it's there, it stays, but you need to be careful, because if you touch it a little bit, you might change it. Just a little bit of adjustment, but not an issue. This is a multi-long configuration. And here is the deck. Now the deck, when I received the deck, I thought I was missing clamps, because this is look like the clamps. It was an RTA or an RDA. I think it was I can't remember which RTA or RBA, but I remember it was one of them that had this style of deck and a clamp, but no, it's no clamps. It's actually like that. So what they want is to put your lead here or wrap it around your post screws. The post screws are kind of big and thick, but I mean, it looks like they could have put here a clamp and make the things way easier, and put actually fit a bigger builds or easy to build it, even though it's not difficult. It's not massive coils that can fit in there, as you can see. And here obviously is going to be the place for your wicks, and your airflow is going to be bottom airflow. Very simple deck. I mean, it's 2 screws, you wrap your coils around and you're ready to go. So you're just going to be traveling right around here, you know, feeding your wicks and your wicks to the coil. So what we're going to do now, we're going to throw a multi-long coil in here, wick it up and juice it up. Okay, so I'm actually going to be using the coil that they provide. Here we go. So the way they want to put this one is like that. So you have to keep in mind the way you want to wrap it. So the way you want him to, if you want to have the leads up or the leads down, is going to be really up to you. So if you want to have the leads up like this one, anti-clockwise. If you want to have the leads down, you can do it clockwise. So you just kind of stick it in there, gonna screw, try to keep it center. So as you take is in place, obviously you wanna kind of adjust the height. This one I think is a 2.5 mm diameter. Have it at close as the airflow as you can. You're gonna have obviously bare flavor. I think it's fine like that. Now you want to cut obviously your leads as flush as possible, even though this one is still gonna have a little bit of spare room in here, so you will not be touching your chimney. Here we go. So now I'm gonna pulse it. I have it at 20 watts. Should be enough to pulse it. Remove all those hot spots. Okay, all the hot spots removed. Let's put the cotton. So on this one, I didn't find that it is hard to throw the cotton to wick it. To be honest, you know, some RTAs you need that kind of perfect amount of cotton. I think on this one, as long as you don't put too less, you know, and it's going to be leaking on you. If you find a middle ground, I think you should be fine. You don't want to have too much or too less, but this is not the kind of RTA that it has to be extremely perfect. Otherwise, you're going to have dry heats or even leaking on you. I think you're going to have a bit more room to put a bit less or a bit more cotton, and it's still going to be fine. I use 70 VG 30 PG, and I didn't have any dry heat, and obviously I didn't have any leaking issues. So what you want to have is just floating on a GTA style. You want to have it floating just a little bit above the bottom of the deck. Okay, and this one you always can try first. So I'm gonna be using a nice 6 milligram, because this is going to be a multi-long configuration. Okay, as soon as you have a little bit wick, it's a bit easy to tuck your wick in there. So you don't want to have it where it's going to be around, you know, the threading, because it's going to thread around that. If you think you still have too much of thickness, because this one I found out that you kind of have to remove a lot of the thickness of the cotton. It's not about the length, it's more about how much cotton you have in there. But actually this one should be fine like this. This one seems to have a little bit too much, but I think I'm gonna run it like that. Now drop obviously your chimney and your middle barrel. Now you want to have the letters facing the right way, and go it slowly, go it maybe a bit counterclockwise first till you catch. Here we go. And you should kind of place your cotton in place. That's it. Easy. Fill it up, 4 ml. That's it, ready to be vape. So we're gonna come back on top. I tell you where you can get it, price, and obviously we run to pros and cons. Alright, and we're back, and that was the up and close for the VXV Soulmate. So where you can get it and price. I think you can get it a lot of Chinese companies like Fastech, 3F Vape, Soulsmore. All those stores will have it for around $10. That's very, very cheap. Now I know it came out quite a while ago, but even when it came out, I think it was around 20 something dollars, so not very expensive, especially for what you get. So let's go to pros and cons. One of the cons is the extras. They don't give you a lot of extras. I mean, they don't give you any spare tanks, even if they had to, pump up the price, because I think back in the day you could buy PMMA or even have a glass one. I think they should have include at least a glass maybe. So yeah, I wish also they had included an extra drip tip, a plastic one, because a lot of people don't like metal, even though this one is extremely comfortable, and I like it. I'm not a fan at all of metal drip tips, but I like this one. It's not too bad, but I wish they had to put a drip tip in there. So yeah, in extras is not a lot of what you get. And another con, even though the way it works, I wish they had put the clamps. The clamps that I told you, one on that side, one on that side, will make the things a bit easy to build. People will have a bit more options available to if you had the clamps there. I mean, the way it is here, you have to fit tiny coils in there, otherwise they might not be able to fit properly. I mean, I wish they had it, even though it works, and it works great. I will point that as a nitty-picky con. Other than that, this thing, even now, a year and a half later, is still a very, very good MTL. Better than some other ones that are coming out now. Now, first of all, the packaging. I'm a sucker about packagings when they're different. This packaging is wonderful. I mean, it is aluminium. It has that kind of tin can that you open on the top. I love that. It comes very, very secure on the inside with all those foams. Another very big pro is all the machining, all the finishing is great, threading, O-rings restriction, no issues in there. I like that the innovation on the tank, it's not glass, it's Ultim. I know you have to be kind of careful, especially with the PMMA, with your Citrix, but it's different. And a year and a half ago, that was pretty damn innovating. Even now, you don't see stuff like that. I like that it has a metal ring in the middle. The engraving on the bottom and on the ring are just wonderful. Easy filling method with a lot of knurling going on in there. Very easy to adjust the airflow. It is kind of on the loose side, but not too loose as I will point that as a con. No, it's fine. It's gonna be restricted. One of the things here, it can be restricted direct long. I mean, if you open all the way, you're gonna have a nice restricted direct long. But if you close it completely, you close completely the airflow, you're gonna have a very, very restrictive multi-long configuration. I don't know how the airflow still kind of penetrates inside, but it goes. So you're gonna have a bit of options also in there. I mean, you could go very restricted direct long or a very restricted MTL. So not bad. Very easy to build deck. At this point, I have the coil they provide is rated 0.52. I wish it was a bit higher than that, but still not too bad for MTL. 20 watts. I'm gonna close the airflow completely, so very restrictive. Now this is the airflow completely closed. Yeah, the airflow, I don't know, they still managed to let a little bit go inside, and it's very restricted. It's a very nice MTL. Now I'm gonna open just a quarter, so I'm just gonna open a little bit. And straight away it gets way looser. So for those people like very restricted, probably completely closed, and even like that, I'm not really sure if it's gonna be enough. Halfway. So this was a very restricted direct long. I kind of whistle a little bit. It's really gonna depend how you pull your coil. And now completely open. Yeah, direct long, restrictive direct long. You could do maybe a Mtl long. Yeah, you could, but it's gonna be extremely loose. So for those lovers of MTL, I know they want to have it restricted, but if you like it loose, you're gonna have with this one. So, yeah, I mean, even those days you get a bit more like just MTL or just restricted direct long or completely open. This one kind of offers both very tight MTL, not extremely tight but tight, but also offers a very restrictive direct long, or I wouldn't say restricted kind of on the open side, but it is kind of nice direct long. So it is pretty damn good, and the flavor not bad at all. It is the best flavor I ever tested on MTL, no, but it is definitely pretty damn good. I like it to close it completely closed or just a tiny bit open, but close it is kind of perfect for me. I mean, I've been rocking 20 watts. If I want to rock it 25-30 watts and have it a restricted direct long, is going to be even better. So yeah, I will recommend. I mean, if you're buying something, you know, Fast Tech or 3F Vape or Soulsmate, and you want to throw just a $10 tank in there and have a very nice experience, I think this one, even though it's kind of old, is my soulmate. It is definitely not bad at all, especially for this price. So we're gonna wrap it up. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All the links for my Patreon is gonna be down below. I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you next time. Till then, keep vaping.